everybody, welcome back to the channel. Over the last couple of years, we have seen so many layoffs in the world of tech. We've seen tech layoffs really across all major companies, with so many reasons being cited. But now we're seeing this moving over to other industries at mass, and the pharma industry appears to be the latest to be hit by these layoffs. We're seeing giant companies announcing sweeping cuts, and this mainly relates to Moderna. They're set to slash 10% of their workforce this year in the pharmaceutical industry, basically. The company is the maker of one of the most prevalent COVID-19 vaccines and is now facing uncertainty as the market dwindles. The move has been announced in an internal memo by the CEO and is part of the company's previous plan to cut operating expenses by $1.5 billion by 2027. Now do bear this in mind, guys, because we hear this all the time, right? Companies are looking to cut costs. And when companies want to cut costs, what's one of the first things that is reduced? It's usually the headcount. The staff are one of the more expensive things to maintain, and they have a lot of difficulties that can come with it. Unfortunately, these companies make what is essentially the easy decision and choose to lay off their workers. And that appears very much to be what we are seeing here. Anyway, so the memo said we've made significant progress by scaling down research and development as reprisatory trials continue, or conclude I should say, renegotiating supply agreements and reducing manufacturing costs. This was said in the memo. So Moderna has been banking on the revenue for its new mRNA shots, including the experimental COVID-flu combination vaccine, to make up for falling sales of its COVID-19 shot. And less than expected uptake is due to its, essentially some issues, right? So long story short, they're not making the revenue and profit that they wanted to make, that they thought they'd be making, and now we are seeing these layoffs come home. This is what we're seeing across so many industries. Now, it's important to note the scale of this. So the Massachusetts-based specialist, obviously Moderna, is looking to shrink its global workforce. That's by about 10% by the end of the year. The company expects to employ less than 5,000 colleagues, has been said on the memo. Now, at the end of 2024, the company employed roughly 5,800 workers. So that gives you a bit of the scale as to how many people could be leaving the company or could be laid off from the business. Now, they say that the decision was not one that was made lightly. However, this is really something that we're seeing across so many industries, so many companies. It seems to be something that's going on. Anyway, so it impacts teammates and friends who've dedicated themselves to our mission and who have helped build Moderna, he continued. I wish to express on behalf of the entire executive committee, on behalf of the patients you have saved, and again, giving the deepest thanks to everything that you have contributed. So it's been stressed that every effort was made to avoid affecting jobs, citing the company's ongoing strategies to reduce R&D spending and cut back on operating costs. But today, reshaping our operating structure and aligning our cost structure to the realities of the business are essential to remain focused and financially disciplined, whilst continuing to invest in science on our path to 2027, the CEO said, noting that more details on the layoffs will be given at the company's town hall on Friday. So that tells you a lot about what's going on with Moderna. Something that we're seeing really rolling across all different industries. It really is a worrying time to be in the job market. And again, even if you have a job, it may not be as safe as many people believed, or perhaps as it once was. But this is a reality of the situation today, guys. I want to make you aware of this, so you're aware of what's going on in the world out there. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for your time. If you did, make sure to come back as there will be more content, and I hope I'll see you again. Goodbye.